never told me how they felt though. Making up lies and accusations without evidence. And I thought we were friends, but I was built on friends. Yes, my defense. I try to reach out to you, but you seem pretty busy on the other side. I try to reach out to them, but they believe in all of the lies. No one wants to hear the truth, spitting out your bullshit. How could you do this to me? I thought we were friends. Getting through another day, sending me a video. No one ever tells me how they feel though. Making up drama, aligning her pockets, I finance. And I thought we were friends. Promise built no fence. Yes, my defense. I try to reach out to you, but you seem pretty busy losing signal as you lose sense to me. All the bullshit coming out of your mouth. I ask myself why. You make me cry. I lost sleep at night. With you, I'm finally free. Easy of you intoxicating me.
Another one. Let's go!
Girl, we was never ever friends, and I'm not busy, I'm just trying to hide. We were never ever friends, now look at all of your lies. You never won't spoke the truth, spitting out your bullshit. How could you write this for me? Jessi, go and get bent. You are really, really whack, and yeah, your light has gotten really dim. Sending all these nudes to kids to prove that you're thin. Look what you did to me, 'cause girl, look what you did to Kim. How could you put this on me? Jessi, go get bent. Now you're just a predator, and you ain't even liked by Steve. Do the internet a favor, girl, and please just leave. Take the meds and you'll see it's you and not me. You're a big mean wench, and I'm glad I took your wrench.
Making up lies, accusations without evidence. Well, I thought we were friends. I must build a fence. In my defense, I try to reach out to you, but you seem pretty busy on the other side. I try to reach out to them, but they believe in all of the lies. No one wants to hear the truth, listening to your bullshit. How could you do?
How could you write this for me? Girl, we was never friends. Oh, you're a big mean wench, and I'm glad I took your wrench. And another one. All right, anyways. Hey, everybody. Hi. Did you like my fire remix? Yeah, please buy my mixtape. Okay. It's painful. All of it's painful. She's painful. I'm painful. The whole fucking rhythm of the song it's just painful. All right, you're welcome. I thought I'd start things off on a painful note. You know what I'm saying, Rebus? Why not, right? Now, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today because of that girl right there who wrote that weird song. Her name is Jessi, and, I've done my very, 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 very best, and I think I've done a pretty good job of not talking about her hardly ever, you know what I'm saying? Because she's, I talk about this all the time. I always have these weirdos coming at me for weirdo reasons, and come to find out, Chris Hansen and his sidekick, The Most Worst, which are both linked in my description. Make sure you go subscribe to The Most Worst, because he's the one that got this whole thing off the ground, right? Exposing Jessi for the manipulating liar she truly is. And the most cringe part of all of it is, she involved sending children very inappropriate photos of herself to prove that she's like not fat or something. I don't know what she really does, but she tried to like ruin this another creator called Evil McNuggets. And of course, what have we been talking about lately, you guys? If you follow me on my Instagram lives and you come here and you listen, like I've been telling y'all, these people are crazy. And what have I been saying for forever and a day now? What have I been telling y'all? The people that Steve McRae keeps around are not so neurotypical. With peace and love, they are not so neurotypical, okay? And he likes them that way because they're easy to manipulate, and they do his dirty work. I've been saying this for how long now? I'm starting to sound like a broken record. Well, lo and behold, Steve McRae, he was interviewed for the episode just like I was, right? And we're gonna watch it together. And boy, do I have a lot to say about it, man. I have a lot to say about this. It's a shining example of how he makes excuses for these people. It's a shining example of how his double standards. It's a shining example of Steve McRae is a punk mother effer. Steve McRae is a sorry son of a bee. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying this for the longest time. Now we have more irrefutable proof that he makes excuses for these weirdos, and that will never be okay, right? So give me one moment here to get this up, because we just got to break this down. And I know some of you have a lot to say. Oh, what's going on? What?
It's just so ridiculous. It's embarrassing.
The whole thing's so ridiculous. It's so embarrassing. What's that, Chris Hansen? What'd you say?
It's just so ridiculous. It's embarrassing.
I know, right? It's mad ridiculous and embarrassing. I agree, bro. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give a little countdown here. I'm gonna bring up this video, and we're gonna just call it like we see it, just like we always do, right? So give me 1 second here. All right, let's do the damn thing, because this is something else, man. All right, here we go.
As you know, I distanced myself from her.
I did know that.
Yeah, I here's the thing. Look, I got nothing against her at all. I mean, she's just like.
All right, 19 seconds in, I already got something to say about this. And if you were there for it, and let me know in the chat if you were there for this. I distanced myself from her. Do y'all remember how Steve and I even got to where we are now, right? It was me. He kept asking me to come on his program and talk about crystals and stuff, because he was having a fundraiser to sue Katie Joy, but he never really sued Katie Joy, and he just kind of kept the money, and he lied to everyone, and everyone's pretending like it's okay. Yeah, remember that? Well, when he was having a fundraiser, he was like asking all these creators in the community to come on just to give him some credence, so maybe people would throw him a couple bucks or whatever. But I started to get like a sour taste in my mouth, right, about the dude a few weeks before that, for a few different reasons, but we don't have all day, so I'll spare you those. What I will tell you is this. I reached out to him on Twitter. I was like, bro, aren't you trying to, I don't know, win a lawsuit, trying to get people on your side, trying to get people to throw you money? Well, just so you know, Steve, there is this crazy girl named Jessi. You know Jessi, your friend there? She's in the shower, right now, moaning your name, dude. You should probably know about that, right? You know what I'm saying? I was like, you probably should know about that. I mean, I would want to know if there was someone out there moaning my name in the shower on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, oh, I don't have time for this drama. He was just giving me some fucking whack excuse. I'm like, bro, you're so whack. And then we just, here we are. You know what I'm saying? Everything started to unravel, and I really started to wake up. And I started to pay attention to, I don't know, Unirock. You know how everyone, was like, oh, it's just unirock, just the unipods. No, if you actually pay attention and you hear both sides, you go, huh, this dude really is sketchy. And I really did miss all this stuff. And for the people on Twitter and stuff, like telling the most worst Wes, right? Like, oh, you should have did your research on this guy, which I knew people were going to say that to him. People said it to me when I had Steve on my show, right? Remember that time Steve was like, hey, AZ, would you like to interview me? And I was like, I guess, like, okay, whatever. Because, yeah, that was weird. But anyways, so you got to understand something. Wes wasn't out to get Steve's background. Like, he was literally just trying to find out about Jessi. In the interim, I think he probably realized that Steve is a tool, head tool from the culty toolbox, and he was like, yo, I'll put this interview out because this dude is just crazy. So you can't really hold it against Wes on that. I mean, it wasn't about Steve, it was about Jessi, right? So anyways, just to give you some background about why Steve and I even started this whole whatever you want to call it, is because of that reason. But before I hit play, okay, I want to tell you this. He started to tell everybody. Now, when Jessi started embarrassing him, he started to tell everybody, yo, I don't talk to that girl no more. Well, that's funny because not even 2 hours later, I got a bunch of DMs of screenshots from somebody's Discord room. I can't remember who. It was a while ago. And Steve and Jessi were talking. So he was friends with Jessi during all this. He just wasn't publicly friends with her because, bad for the image and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So they kept it on the down low. The community don't have to know. You know what I'm saying? And we knew. Okay, here we go.
Like, as I told, what's her name that reached out to me? Tori? Is that her name?
Yeah, Evil McNuggets.
Yeah, Evil McNuggets. Yeah, I know she is. She was one of her mods, right?
No. That's one of the many stories that Jessi has created that Evil Little McNuggets is a part of a different community and didn't even know who Jessi was until last month. Okay. And Jessi has tried to say that Evil Little McNuggets was Addie, that person that was a mod for her. But she is now convinced that Evil Little McNuggets is not Addie, but now she believes that Evil Little McNuggets is someone else who followed her from another community 9 months ago. And it changes by the day.
Yeah, I honestly I don't know anything about any of that stuff. She has told me. And it goes in one without the other. Look, I mean, here's the thing. I have nothing against her. I really don't. But I'm not involved with her. I have nothing to do with her. And I want to know why my name keeps getting brought up with her. I have no idea. I've asked her. I've asked other people. Nobody give me a fucking straight answer.
There I fucking go. Off on a tangent, muted again. Thank you. Wes Most is in the building. Working but listening. FYI, Steve was only interviewed because Jessi insisted he needed to talk to me. He was initially trying to get to Hansen, but he didn't make it past me. Ooh, we didn't make it past me. Ooh. Yeah, see, Wes ain't stupid. You know what I'm saying? He's not stupid. There's a reason he put this whole interview out because he knows this guy is a freaking... I mean, I'm just my opinion. I mean, I'm not inside Wes' head, you know what I'm saying? But like, anybody could watch this interview and be like, yeah, this dude ain't right. Something ain't right here. You know what I mean? Oh, boy. Yeah, why do people associate you and Jessi? Gee, I don't know. Maybe because she exists in your culty toolbox and you weaponize her because you weaponize the not so neurotypical Steve McRae. Hello. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Westmos. I appreciate that. You letting us know that. Yeah, I felt bad seeing people come at you on Twitter. I was like, they did the same thing to me. That time he asked me to interview him out of nowhere, because that's what normal people do. They just walk up to people like, yo, you want to interview me? All right, whatever you say, dude. All right, let's go on. Yeah, a lot of people think of Jessi and they think of Steve McRae. I mean, hello. She moans his name in the shower, hello. And they were really close. Let me tell you, there were nights, Jessi would moderate for me and I would talk to her in DM on Instagram before she started editing my messages and lying. That she would be like, hee, I'm on the phone with Steve. Hee, I'm talking to Steve right now. And then when I told her I was going to go on and talk about crystals on Steve's show, she already knew all about it. She's like, oh, I literally sent Steve a message. I said, yeah, I'll come on. 2 seconds later, ding, there's Jessi. Oh, you're going to come on Steve's? Like they were, I don't know, butt buddies. Yeah, that's right, butt buddies. And if you have a problem with butt buddies, I don't really know what to tell you because this ain't Snowflake City. Okay, let's go on.
Why my name keeps being brought up with this chick? I don't know why.
She brings your name up,
and that's what they tell me, and I believe that, but I don't watch her shit. So, but why? What is it about me that she brings up my name?
Even if you look on her channel, the only recommended channel on there is your channel. It's like the only channel that she talks about, and so.
I'm sorry. Who is Evil Little McNuggets? What a name, huh? Evil Little McNuggets, the 2 for $4 special. No, she's another creator. I believe she's a creator. I don't know. I'm kind of new to this McNugget thing too. I believe it's Theo, the other person that Jessi went at. So Theo is the AZ of her community, basically. And Jessi tried to go at her and blame her for everything, So I don't know. She must have triggered her like I triggered her. I don't know. McNuggets, you're here. Did you take her wrench away or something? You're a big mean wench, and I'm glad I took your wrench. Did you sing that to her too? I mean, come on. You hurt her feelings, obviously.
So she was questioned. She's been kicked out of a lot of communities for being over sexual.
She's very overtly sexual. There's no question about that.
And so she attributes a lot of that to like being a part of your community and like the way that like a Discord with you and other things like that. And and it's fine, if people want to be sexual, but she had a lot of X-rated content.
Like in your Discord, you see the look of confusion on Steve's face, like he don't know. Like, come on, bro. We know you know. You know what I mean? Yeah, I saw Evil Little McNuggets is here today. Yes. Evil Little McNuggets says, I just started streaming recently. I'm Wes's co-host on a couple of shows. She hated me before I even knew she existed, but I did call her a predator and she did not like it. Well, don't be doing predatory things, Jessi, and you won't get called a predator, Now you're just a predator and you ain't even liked by Steve. You know what I mean? Made me write you a lullaby and shit. All right, let's go on. Thank you, McNuggets.
On her channel.
On her YouTube channel?
On her YouTube channel. And she did a lot of like masturbation streams where.
Yeah, I heard rumors. I never saw any of that stuff. But
yeah, it was weird thing. It was a black screen with just her like moaning and other things.
Yeah, I saw clips on Twitter. I saw clips on Twitter, but here's the thing: one, why is YouTube allowing that? And two,
pump the brakes. Somebody's telling you the girl is doing these creepy predatory things, right? She's moaning. He knows that she was moaning his name on YouTube, and your response is, "Why is YouTube allowing that?" Huh? Not why is this girl doing this or what the hell is wrong with her? Why is YouTube allowing it? Yo, are you the dodgeball champion of the world? No, you're not, sir. You don't have a blingdo dodgeball like I do. Nope. This is kind of cringe. Already it's kind of cringe, right?
Look, I don't give a flying fuck what people do. Of course. I don't care. I really don't care. As long as like consenting adults, do what you will. But
consenting adults. Consenting. So when you tell somebody to stop and they don't, is that consent? No. And you know that because later on he'll admit that he asked her to stop and she didn't. But he's going to play pretend, with his culty freaking tricks.
The rumor I was hearing was this, that she was sexually harassing people, which I can't see her doing because here's the thing with her. She's overtly sexual. I get that. I don't know if it's because of trauma. I don't know what the reasons is. I have no idea. But
I can't see her doing that. Sir, are you all right? Are you feeling okay, bro? You have seen her do it. What are you talking about? You encouraged her. When she was doing all that stuff to Unirock, you were clapping. You were probably telling her what to do. Like, this guy really does, like, yo, all right, where is it? Because I've just had it with this, okay? You know, every time when I saw this interview, you know what I kept saying, people? This is
so ridiculous. It's embarrassing.
You guys, it's so ridiculous. It's embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Crazy. Well, if you're new here and maybe you don't know, we've arrived. We're not even like halfway through and we've arrived. Planet Double Downtown, you are here. Unicorns crossing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's best we just watch the entire video like this because sometimes it be like that. All right, let's go on.
It's obviously she has a lot of sexual energy, I guess you can say. I was never interested in that way. Most people I know are not interested in that way. But she has an outlet for it. And I don't know why people are making a big deal about that. Because like I said, I don't give a shit that people are doing that. So I'm trying to figure out why are people, I guess the word is, what's the word? Shaming her for that?
It's
First, why is YouTube allowing it? Now it's, why are people shaming her for that? Gee, I don't know. It's kind of frowned upon, to send things to kids like that. It's kind of frowned upon to slide up in someone's DM, just sending them nudies. It's kind of frowned upon, So I love how this turned into, oh, they're just sex shaming her now. She's just, no, she ain't a sex worker. YouTube is not OnlyFans, sir. It's not like we're on OnlyFans and we're like, oh my God, why do I see boobies? No, that's not how this works. I can't believe this dude. I really can't. I can't believe he actually sat through this interview and went, yeah, this is a good idea to say these things. It's what happens when you lose your head sister wife. You know what I'm saying? You got no handlers now. He's on the loose. He's just, yikes. You need yourself some new handlers, Steve. Yo, Chesh's probably watching from the cut and Manya, and they're probably like, oh, he ain't our problem no more. He's a wild Steve now. He's out in the loose. He's uncaged. He has nobody to tell him he looks silly. Except for Erin, but she looks silly too. So, I mean, how's she going to help him? You know what I mean? And that's just facts. I don't care. All right, let's go on.
See, and that's the thing. It's not even about that. That was just one of the things that came up. She sends a lot of unsolicited nudes to people.
I believe that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Including myself and the community that we're part of, the To Catch a Predator community. It's a lot of people who have been victims of sexual abuse, or they know someone who's been a victim of sexual abuse. So when
they don't want those pictures of those in their
when we're doing a stream and we're talking about it, and she comes in saying, I'm really horny and wet tonight, and she keeps saying things like that in a stream where we're talking about predators, it's unwelcome.
Yeah, I know that's for a fact that she's done that. Yes.
So the way that it started was I just told her, in April she contacted me, and she said, "Hi, my name is Jessi. I'm a very horny 28-year-old girl." And it was actually April Fool's Day. I thought it was a joke, and I was like, I looked at her account and I realized that she's someone who just does a lot of sexual content, and then she sent me unsolicited nudes. And I mean, so it started, and so in the community that we're in the position, the person that I work with, and she knows my work with, and she knows about, it was weird for her to do that. But it's not even just about that. It's the unsolicited nudes to an alleged minor, but really there's a lot of doxing, and she also will make up accusations about people. Like she said that Addie, who was her former moderator, she was it was recorded. She was doing a live stream. And she called me on Skype and she said, I'm going to say that I just got, I'm going to say that someone just came into my DMs and sent me a police report and mugshots for Addie, and she was arrested for child rape.
Jesus Christ.
And then she got on her live stream and she said, I just got an email, and she did the whole thing and said that, and said her full name and I can't show you guys the file now because I promised I wouldn't.
I don't put anything past. I mean, it's just one of those things where I'm pretty agnostic on most of it because again, I don't care enough to really dive deep into it. But have I seen her do?
You don't care because everything she's done thus far has benefited you in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? Coming at me, coming at you, Unirock. Plus, you get to see boobies all at the same time. So, I mean, why would you complain? Except for the fact you think that we forgot, Steve. Steve, you think we forgot, huh? Do you think we forgot about how you've been running around for, I don't know, forever now going, they accused me of crimes. They accused me of crimes. Talking about how, you know, Kay Baxter, they accused me of crimes. They said this. Well, how do you think other people feel when your friend Jessi accuses them of crimes and things like that? And she makes up lies. And then she sends weird things to kids. That's okay, though, right? But you'll run around, they accused me of crimes. I mean, this is like the cringe-ertainment level it's superseding level 10. We need a higher scale or something. I don't know.
Questionable things, yes, absolutely. But again, to me, she's always been harmless. So I don't know why it's become such an issue. You do make sense to me. There are people in the community because your community is. I get it. It's a completely different thing.
I don't know if it even matters which community. She's sending unsolicited pictures. She doesn't know how old anyone is that she's sending these pictures to.
I can agree with that.
And from my own experience, when you tell her to stop, like I told her I'd no longer wanted to hear from her, and she proceeded to call me 20 times and leave a lot of messages that no, I'll take a break, but we are going to continue talking. You are not done.
Yeah, she's manic, obviously. She was blowing up my phone tonight, and I told her, look, when I get home, I'll have to discuss with Wes. I mean, I'm happy to answer any questions you have. I told her I always tell people the truth. I told her
in perpetuity, right, Steve? Because you're such a truth teller. I know. So I wonder why. I do wonder why. And if my moderators, if you could please do me a favor and make sure, like here and there, you drop Wes Mose's link in the chat, because we got to get this dude to 1K, man. He deserves it. He's good at what he does. You know what I'm saying? He makes actual content where he edits things, puts it together, does all this work, and that takes a lot. So if you could kindly just here and there drop it. It is in my description if you don't want to run too far to get it. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. I always feel weird asking for my mods to do things. It makes me feel weird. But yeah, so let's go on here.
But I'm not going to throw her under the bus because I won't do that. Because again, I don't wish her.
Can't throw her under the bus, especially since she probably has mountains of dirt on you and shit, right? So let's just sit up here and make excuses for all of it because, yeah, you won't look silly. I know.
Any ill will, but she has to recognize that some of the things she does is not acceptable. She has questionable behavior. When she was involved in my community, she was a mod for me. Some of the things she was saying weren't true. Some of the things she was doing was problematic, to say the least, and I couldn't be around that for obvious reasons. Yeah. And so I was very just flat out with her. I cannot have any association with you. I don't want to deal with any of the bullshit that you're talking about. This was before you guys' kind of stuff.
This is the
liar, pants on fire. No, you publicly pretended that, but behind the scenes, y'all were still biffles. Y'all know it too. You know who you are. You're in the chat right now. You were sending me screenshots of them laughing about it. How like, I had to tell them we didn't talk no more. Pfft, that's just weird. Like, if somebody's your friend, they should be your friend. You shouldn't have to, disavow them publicly. If you have to put it this way, if you feel the need to disavow them publicly, you probably shouldn't be talking to them anyways, unless of course they're running game for you and doing your dirty work. I mean, that's the only way that would make sense. That's the way I think of it anyways.
KJ stuff. No, I'm familiar. I mean, because people, when you do this kind of work, people have sent me. I mean, I know a lot about what Jessi was doing in previous communities. I've seen the live stream on your channel where Jessi's there, and she really is trying to get people to her Discord. I mean, she said her favorite thing is to show off her nudes. She loves sharing nudes.
Right, and we had a Discord. She had a Discord for that, and there was an 18+. There's an 18+.
All jokes aside, right? You know what really aggravates me about this interview, other than the fact he lies his way through it? Steve's you could just tell, right? Steve's one of those people that when he talks, every time someone else is talking, Steve's just getting ready to say the next thing. He's not really listening. You know what I'm saying? All he's focused on is what he's going to say next, when he could jump in and interject, and, what narrative he has to cover. You could tell he's not really listening to the things that Wes is saying. And now that I pointed that out to you, you'll really notice it throughout the whole thing. It's like he's like, yeah. You know how he does the stuttering and shit? He's like, oh yeah, that's great and all, but like she's okay, you know?
Plus section just for that, right?
And what I told her, you know, what I asked her is because she got kicked off Skype for using her vagina as her profile picture, and I asked, you know, why not FetLife? I'm familiar with the lifestyle. Why not FetLife, a place where there are lots and lots of groups where she could share her nude pictures, where there would be many appreciative people.
For sure, there's thousands of them, right?
Exactly, who would love to see her nudes, but instead she wants to send them to people who don't want them, who specifically ask, please do not send them to me. And really, you know, she blames some of this, and it's weird. She blames some of her over sexuality on the movie It, saying that when she was 3 years old, the babysitter showed her the movie It, and that caused some sexual trauma within her. Instead of Elton, well, that's, you probably don't know because it's a lie. And then the second one was that she was kidnapped when she was.
I knew that story. Yeah, I knew that.
So
story.
Can you help? What portion of the story do you know?
All I know is that she said that when she was young, very young, she was taken by force by someone, sexually raped, and then a couple days later, the guy committed suicide.
So she told me the same story and blamed this for some of her sexual. But then she also said there was never a police report, there was never a news report. But the guy his brother is a famous YouTuber, and
I know that now. I just found that out today.
And so she's telling me this, and I work in media. I've worked in PR for a long time, so I know that if there was a missing little white girl who was then found, and the kidnapper was surrounded by police and committed suicide,
it would be all over the place.
It would be all over the damn place. And she said, "No, my parents never even reported me missing." So I mean, none of this made sense to me. And so when she schedules the interview with Hansen, I asked her, I was like, well, you know, because you do use that as part of your reason for trauma, he might ask questions. And she said, fine. His name is Corey Lush. And I look it up now. She said that she was first she told me 11, then she said 13. And the man told her he was 18 because she said, you know, I always liked older men. The guy said he was 18, but he was much older, and he made a fake account on MySpace. And so he took her and, you know, really, but I looked up Corey Lush. And so this supposedly happened in 2006, 2007. Now, I looked up Corey Lush, and he did commit suicide, but it was not while surrounded by police, and it was in 2018. And he was only 3 years older than Jessi.
So where did she get the story from then? I mean,
because she's familiar with Matthew Lush, who was a YouTuber.
Okay. So,
and they're about 50 miles from where she lives. So she probably saw it in the paper, saw that this brother died, and then used it to create a story of this man attack. You know, she claimed he was much older when she was 13. When she was 13, he would have been 16 years old.
Yeah, I mean, look, I straight up, I believe you. I really do. Okay, I mean, I've always told her she needs help. She definitely needs help. Yeah. I just don't know why.
Yo, I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had the best video of all time. You know what I'm saying? That's great and all, but for all you people wondering what's going on here in the chat, right? You'll see people saying, yo, where's your hands, Steve? We want to see your hands. Put your hands up, because last night, Stevie Boy here got caught out. I don't know what he was watching. It definitely was not an Herbal Essence commercial. It was some kind of freaky stuff going on in the background. Somebody was trying to talk to him about a very serious subject like racism, and he was off there like, oh yeah, oh ooh. We heard all these noises in the background, right? He was definitely up to no good. I'm telling you, freaky deaky shit. Yeah, hey, if you don't believe me, go look for yourself. It's out there. So Lord knows what he's doing now, you know. Hopefully Wes didn't talk to him in an authoritative voice like he does to Jessi, get her all excited. You never know. Maybe Steve's into that stuff, but watch out for that. But that's why everybody's saying that in the chat, in case you're wondering. This is real life, too. I'm not like, this is not a story. This is real life. Yeah, it was weird. You have to listen for yourself. Don't believe what I say. Go look, you know. Anyways, where were we? Because this gets really good. He starts to like act like I'm worse than Jessi. Like he's like, what about AZ? Oh my God, I almost fell out my chair when I heard it, you guys. Oh my God.
Hansen's involved. Like I said, I can't see her doing a predatory stuff. I just think she's mentally unwell, and I've told her this too. So I'm not backstabbing her any means. I'm sure this. I prefer this video stays between you and I, but I know that you're recording it, and that's perfectly fine. But I don't. I think she's relatively harmless, but she doesn't understand the concept of boundaries.
Well, and that's
a problem.
But when You did it to Katie Joy. It was a big deal. Everybody was accusing you of crimes, right? This chick is like, obviously this man dislikes me or hates me, whatever, but like this girl has been, I didn't even know this till recently. She was sharing photos of me in her community tab, telling people I relapsed and shit. She don't know a goddamn thing about me. You know what I mean? Talking about, she would go live late at night, talk about she's gonna call my parents. Like, it's just weird. Like, yo, she's a dangerous person. She's a weirdo. She causes lots of problems. Not to mention, recently she accused Wes of some nasty stuff, right? Some really heavy accusations, and then she doxed him because that's, you know, what Steve and his people do. You'll never see Steve doing it, but his people definitely are doxy McDoxisons because they're all, you know, unstable and they do dirty work for him. And he's up here trying to pretend like he don't know nothing about it, and it's hilarious because we've all been paying attention for how long now? How long now? You might be fooling the people that don't know any better, but not us, bro.
Problem. Yeah, that's a huge problem.
I think if Jessi was a man, maybe you would see it a little bit differently because there is a bit of a double standard. If Jessi was a man,
that's a fair point.
Sending people unsolicited nudes, and when they asked her to stop, she did not stop.
Yeah,
if Jessi was a man, and when a woman said, "Please do not contact me anymore," and Jessi said, "I will continue contacting you until I'm done contacting you," that would be an issue. This is an issue. This is predatory.
Yeah, no, that is a really valid point, actually.
This is what
yeah, it is a really valid point. And why you haven't seen this, why Wes has to sit there and explain it to you is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess that's bad. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, all right. You know, unbelievable.
I do, and I see this behavior from men, women, and other.
There's a double standard there.
There is definitely a double standard, and that's why people have been so willing to let this go for so long, because Jessi is a problem, and Jessi has probably made excuses her entire life to get out of things, and that's why Hansen's on this, because she came into a community built on sexual predators, built on finding and trolling sexual predators, and she decided, why not me?
So let me ask you, what direct questions do you have? Because I'm like,
you don't see.
Here's the thing. I just want my name disassociated with her. I mean,
so he's giving them a bunch of reasons of why Jessi's dangerous because he obviously doesn't think she is, right? And he's like, yeah, that's great, but like, what do you want from me here? Obviously, you don't want to know, or maybe you do know, and you'd rather just pretend like you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't really seem to be absorbing the harm that this girl is truly capable of, right? But when Katie accused him of something, he had to write a whole freaking blog. I got me too. Oh my God, accused me of crimes. You know what I'm saying? He has a whole blog out there. I got me too. Yeah. What if Jessi did that to you? Then you'd have a problem, right, Steve? But until then, you'll utilize her in her nasty ways to keep bothering the people that you don't like and pretending like you don't know about it, because that's what Steve McRae does. And that's why he keeps Wolf around. That's why he keeps Alice around. That's why he don't want to say nothing bad about Jessi, okay? Because that's what he does.
Look, I do talk to her every so often. Mm-hmm. She's been cordial with me. She has backed off. I have said the same thing you did. I asked her to stop. Straight up stop. I was not interested. I made it very clear. And she was doing some other stuff with, I'm sure you know about my co-host and that situation.
Yes.
And so
which co-host?
Not Kyle, but Cheshire.
No, I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
Which co-host?
Stuff with, I'm sure you know about my co-host and that situation.
Yes.
And so
which co-host?
Not Kyle, but Cheshire.
No, I don't know anything about that.
Okay. Do you remember Kyle?
No.
Cheshire.
No, I don't know anything about that.
Okay. Do you remember Kyle?
No.
Okay. From the Non-Sequitur show.
You don't know who Kyle is? Oh my God, you don't know who Kyle is? The Non-Sequitur show? Like, hello. Forbes magazine, hello. You don't know who I am? You got to be kidding me, bro. This isn't about you, Steve. Why would he know that? Why are you so self-important that you think he should know that? Like, look at the look of genuine confusion on this man's face right now. Like, you don't know who the fuck I am? I'm Steve McRae, motherfucker. I'm a punk motherfucker. I'm Steve McRae. I'm a sorry son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Stacy, I'm so sure he asked her to stop. I know, right? He totes wasn't interested. For real, Stacy. You already know. He was all up in there. I mean, ask Tiny Dancer. She knows. She knows. I wish Tiny Dancer was here right now. She knows. We all know Steve's a creepy mofo, right? He was loving it. I mean, what's not to gain from being Steve, right? You're getting nasty pictures sent to you, and your enemies are getting annoyed by this chick. So, I mean, it's a win-win for this bozo. Let's go on. Thank you, Stacy. Thanks to Poodlerific, too. I saw yours at the beginning. I appreciate that.
No, I have no idea what that is.
Okay, so I don't know how much backstory you actually know. So the whole Katie Joy started. She was a co-host on another YouTube channel that I started with a guy.
What does this have to do with anything?
Non-Sequitur show. That show had.
All right, hold on. How did we get here? How did we get to Katie Joy? Hello, we need to go back because this makes no sense. What? I need to know what was said before this because this is. How did we go to this? How did we go from you didn't know about Jessi to Katie Joy lawsuit, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Let's hear that again.
Harmless, but she doesn't understand the concept of boundaries.
Well, and that's
a problem.
Yeah,
that's a huge problem.
I think if Jessi was a man, maybe you would see it a little bit differently because there is a bit of a double standard. If Jessi was a man,
that's a fair point.
Sending people unsolicited nudes, and when they asked her to stop, she did not stop. If Jessi was a man, and when a woman said please,
now pay attention. Let's see the segue into Katie Joy, my co-host, my show, Forbes magazine. Like, just watch how he gets all super slithery, and he's just like, let me just plug my channel, fucking tell you about Katie Joy real quick, because that's relevant to what we're talking about, right? Come on, man. Let's watch how he does it. It's so Steve-ish.
Please do not contact me anymore. And Jessi said, I will continue contacting you until I'm done contacting.
Yeah, that is a really valid point. There's a double standard there.
There is definitely a double standard, and that's probably made excuses for her to be built on sexual predators.
So let me ask you, what direct questions do you have? Because I'm like,
you don't see.
Here's the thing. I just want my name disassociated
with
her. I mean, look, I do talk to her every so often. Mm-hmm. She's been cordial with me. She has backed off. I've said the same thing you did. I asked her to stop, straight up stop. I was not interested. I made it very clear. And she was doing some other stuff with. I'm sure you know about my co-host and that situation. Yes. And so
which co-host?
Not.
She was doing some other stuff. I'm sure you know about my co-host. What does that have to do with Jessi? Anybody? Chesh and Manya, your co-host, or you, Kyle, whoever the F you're talking about, what does that have to do with Jessi? I'm sure you know about my co-host. Nah, because it has nothing to do with Jessi. So what are you even talking about right now? Go on, Steve. Go on. Your handle is not here. You're wild Steve at the moment. Just talk. Go ahead. Talk about Katie Joy. You got to do it. We know it. We already know.
Not Kyle, but Cheshire.
No, I don't know anything about that.
Okay. Do you remember Kyle?
No.
From the Non-Sequitur show?
No. I have no idea what that is.
Okay. So I don't know how much backstory you actually know. So the whole Katie Joy started. She was a co-host on another YouTube channel that I started with a guy named Kyle Curtis, which was the Non-Sequitur show. That show had some pretty good popularity. It was mentioned in Forbes.com.
What are you talking about, bro? Why are you bringing this up? Why must you bring this up everywhere you go? What does this have to do with the conversation? Why? Poor Wes is probably like, nah. I love how he was like, no, I don't know who those people are. No. It's just a look of pure like shock on Steve's face. Like, you don't know about Kyle. You remember Kyle? Do you remember Kyle? Huh? Who's Kyle? What are you talking about? What about Jessi? Huh? The reason why we're here? You know what I'm saying? But nah, nevertheless, he persisted.
I had a lawsuit against him. I won $150,000, and he got sent to jail for a little time over it. It was a huge thing.
I've heard of this before. Like some YouTube videos made about this, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, there was hundreds of YouTube videos made about this.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
And so, Katie kind of built her channel after that. And so Katie had some false allegations against a bunch of people. She had false allegations against me. She had false allegations against Todd Chrisley.
But we're here to talk about Jessi. Why are you banging a Yui, bro? We're here to talk about Jessi. How did we get here? I'm sure you know about my co-host. No, that has nothing to do with Jessi. The fact you're even talking about this is super cringe, bro. Like, I can't even believe this right now. Like, all you people, like I know, sorry, Navy, all you guys, Uni Rach, all of you probably fell out your chair just like I did, right? Speaking of falling out your chair, I'm gonna have to play that video too. That time he fell out the chair. Remember Steve McRae got kicked out of heaven, you guys? That was so funny. I still laugh about that. So weird. What planet is this? You know, we're gonna have to do it. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know. I can't do this anymore. Leon, where you at? Leon, where you at? Yo, Leon, fire up the craft. The Justification Jedi just showed up. Oh boy, Lord of mercy. You really fucked up. You got the Justification Jedi. You already gone for a spin in the craft. You know what I mean? You've definitely gone to Planet Double Downtown and back again. And we're not even done yet, you guys. What is even happening anymore?
You know, from Crystal Best.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
And she had false allegations from 7up Productions and Toddy Westbrook. She's just an incredibly dishonest YouTuber.
Person, yeah.
Extremely litigious. She had false TRO against me and 2 other content creators merely to silence us. So I was like, okay, I'm going to fight this because I'm like you. If I see bullshit, I'm going to fucking take it head on, right? And so I won my lawsuit against Kyle, and so I decided to sue Katie. This is when Jessi came on board, and Jessi was very much against Katie, like most people are. I mean, yeah. She's loathed by the entire community. And so I got to know Jessi because of that. She seemed like a decent person. I sent her a box of records. I was like, look, you're into music. And so I'm moving. So I sent her a box of records. Hopefully she'd appreciate it. And, you know, we struck up what I would consider to be a friendship. But then, and she knows this too, things went kind of south because she was doing things, making our relationship more than what it was. Because it wasn't a relationship. It was just, hey, I know you, I know other people, but she was playing it up. And I'm like, no, don't be doing that shit. Look, I have no interest in you that way. And I don't want even people to think that we have anything like that. Because she was telling people, from what I understand, we were more than just friends. Yes. And people had been suggesting we were dating. Fuck no, never have.
Then why were you talking to her like every night for like how long, bro? I mean, just going through my old messages with Jessi, I cannot tell you, oh, I'm talking to Steve right now. Steve. Like, he acts like he didn't want nothing to do with the girl or something. Like, come on. Jessi's your friend. Just own it, bro. Just own it. Oh, you know why he can't fully own it? Because he knows how silly he'll look. He's already a walking contradiction. I mean, he can't. He literally can't. But he does anyways. He tries to meet it halfway, and either way, it's cringe. So let's go on.
Happened. Okay, tell you right now, never fucking happened. But I was like, you know, I don't like that you were using my name for. I hate to say clout because I'm not.
It was definitely for clout, yes.
But I'm a nobody. Okay, I have the Non-Sequitur show, but why my name? And then I saw her doing it with other people as well. But it's just like Jess, stop. I have there's in writing. Stop using my name. Just stop. I was like, I can't talk. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I begged her back. This was back in December. Do not have anything to do with me. I don't have nothing to do with you. But I'm a nice guy, and so I was like, okay, maybe we can at least communicate. But that's all it's going to be. Mm-hmm.
When you have somebody who cannot respect boundaries and who's acting a fool using your name, you're telling me that you're such a nice guy that you're willing to just continue being friends with them? Yeah, I don't know about that, Steve McRae. I really don't. Sounds like she has some dirt on you and you're like, yeah, got to keep her around for that reason. That's just my opinion, right? You know what I mean? I don't know. And you know, some of you in the chat right now, I don't talk to Jessi. Just run right back to Discord, talk to her, pretend like nobody would see it. You know what I mean? It's like, just either own it or don't. Like, this whole halfway, his half step, ain't no half stepping around here.
Because she has her ear to the ground on certain things. And so she's been communicating. And then all of a sudden, this whole Hansen shit came up, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Jessi? And why again is my name being attached to this when I asked you stop mentioning me?"
Yeah, and what happened was yesterday she said, well, Steve wants Chris Hansen to contact him. So he
well, that's true. No, I did. Yeah, well, yeah. After she told me that is true, I said, "Look, either you,
Steve wants Chris Hansen. Yeah, you know why, Chris Hansen? You know why Steve wants to talk to you? He wants to tell you about Katie Joy. He wants to tell you about how he was in Forbes magazine getting made fun of. He wants to tell you about, Kyle. Non-Sequitur show, you don't know who Kyle is? Oh my God.
I know he had a producer. I said, look, I don't give a shit who contacts me, but if somebody wants the truth, I'm going to tell the truth, whether it good, bad, or indifferent for Jessi. That's not my consideration. My thing is to get the truth out there. And right now, I just found out today my daughter has COVID. She has 102 to 103 degree temperature. I don't need this bullshit from her.
Yeah.
So I mean, what do you want? What would you like?
I
can tell you anything you like.
Yeah, I think you've been really clear and open so far. So I really only have two questions.
Sure.
Could you agree that Jessi has shown a number of toxic traits within communities as long as you've known
her? As almost as long as I known her. Obviously, when I first met her, but
you really had to think about that for a minute. The wheels were really turning there and everything. His eyes went up. He literally had to access the file. You know what I'm saying? You had to think about that, really? After hearing everything that Wes just said. Okay, then.
But after I saw problematic behaviors, she has issues with communities.
And based off what you learned tonight, off of what we discussed, the doxing, the harassment, even today, because I told her I was not going to ever be with her, she started calling me a pedophile and made us live stream where she called me, said that I like little girls. And
do you have that? Do you have that live stream?
She took it. She deleted it. She privated it as soon as it was over. But she did make the allegation to me in writing. She said, "Yes, I said that to you because you like little girls."
Because here's the thing. Okay, she has a lot of trolls after her. I'll be honest. I don't know you. I know nothing about you.
Sure.
I start everybody like a level here, and then they go up and down from there.
I bet you. I would just wager to bet that Wes was like laughing on the inside when Steve was like, "I start everybody here, and then they go up or down." Yeah, that's great, bro. Anyways, creepy. Anyways, just saying says, before you dip out, Mr. Ball, can you just let Katie know we'd all like a raise, please, and thank you. It's about that time. My yearly review coming up yet or nah? Anyways, what else did he just say? I wanted to say, hold on. I forgot what I was gonna say. Hold on, let's just go on here.
She has had trolls go after her, and this needs to be taken into account because they will lie about her as well. She's not no innocent victim by any stretch of imagination. But
all right, that's what it was. She has had trolls go after her. Bitch, where? Like where? You know what I mean? If they listen, to be fair, I really have not paid that much attention to Jessi, like literally, but like, is he insinuating that like a lot of the stuff Jessi does is but there's trolls too? You know what I mean? Does that negate what Jessi has done? Let's pretend Jessi does have trolls. Okay, and we're here to talk about like the damage Jessi has done. Why must you veer the course, McRae? Why? Anyways, it's all my fault. You'll hear that in a second too. It's fucking yeah, okay.
But there are people that are saying bullshit about her too.
Sure. But Steve, I'm not one of those trolls. So for her to get mad, I didn't even know who she was until April 1st when she came into my inbox with nudes and a very sexually aggressive message about her being horny.
Yeah, that's her. That she does. You do realize
and that's
a lot of people.
If that was
well, that's her. You do realize she does that to a lot of people. That does not matter, sir. I think that was his like roundabout way of being like, yeah, you're not special. She sends me nudes too, bro. But that's not the point. The point is it's not okay. Like, Oh, she does it to everybody. Oh my God. I just can't believe this guy actually said these things out loud and was okay with it. It's so weird. Yeah, that's just who she is. She's just, she just loves to send unsolicited nudes. It's no big deal, right? Unreal. It's YouTube's fault. They should know. They shouldn't let her do that,
As a man, that would have been called out a long time ago. So
I think that's fair. I think that's right.
There may be trolls after her, and those trolls aren't after her for no reason. They're after her because of problematic behavior and because she feeds trolls.
Yes.
And
that's the thing. She feeds trolls. I don't.
She needs the drama.
The trolls that came after me that kind of like put me by the wayside.
Me. But what about me? Me. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, all right, well, please, Steve, please tell the world about how you deal with trolls, like, because we give a shit, So weird. So weird.
I had to go after her. I was like, have at it. Take them. I mean, I want nothing to do with these people. There are some sick motherfuckers out there that I think are far worse than Jessi. I agree with you that she should not be doing any of that shit, and she needs to be held accountable. I have no issue with that. But at the same token, there are people that are out there that are doing the same shit.
Well, I mean, Steve, we can't catch all the fish.
I know,
right?
Yeah.
There are people out here doing the same shit, but worse predators than Jessi. They're worse. You want to know who they are?
I mean, of course, there are people doing worse, but this is the one that popped up in my
around her, though. I mean, I know that you had discussions with AZ, right?
Yes.
She's toxic as fuck. A guy named Theo.
You're just mad that I got the Samba's #1 smash hit, bro. Steve McRae is a punk motherfucker. That's why you're really mad. Toxic. Yeah, you know what's toxic? I'm really effing up your lies. She's really running interference on my lie game. Go get her. She's the worst. She's a real predator out here. Okay, dude. Oh, you are such a joke.
Yeah, and I've heard
he's toxic as fuck.
I've heard all these names. The problem is that
Jessi
none of them came into my inbox with nudes and a sexual proposition.
I can't defend that. I think it's absolutely reprehensible when somebody says stop. I have conversations like that with her as well, saying stop, and with other people, and they have not stopped. And I personally, when I tell somebody,
so you have had conversations with her asking her to stop, and she hasn't. Well, how come at the beginning of the stream you act like you didn't know this stuff? Once Wes didn't let you pull one past him because you wasn't about to be manipulating him, obviously. Then you had no choice to be like, oh yeah, okay, all right, yeah, it's wrong, all right. But AZ says, but AZ had a song about me. AZ debunks my lies. Go get her. She's a predator. Yeah, what would I have to do with the catch a predator community? I've never done no predatory shit like that. Why are you telling the To Catch a Predator guy that I'm more deserving? Last I checked, ain't none of y'all seen my nudes. You know what I'm saying? I would not hand them shits over free. Are you kidding me?
Stop. It's stop. There is no move past that.
Exactly. And there shouldn't be. Man, woman, or other. There should not be.
I agree.
There should not be any, and you don't need an explanation for stop. Stop is it's a sentence all in itself.
I have a rule that in my communities, and it goes way back, way back. And it's basically anybody can leave any conversation for any time for any reason. And as a corollary to that, if somebody says, hey, look, I'm done with this conversation, I don't want to talk about it anymore, it's done. It's done. You continue, there's a problem.
And that's interesting because like I said, I did tell Jessi I didn't want to talk to her anymore, and I got several messages where she was telling me no, I wasn't going to get my wish. So my second question would be, based off what you learned about some of the things that Jessi's been doing, some of the dangerous accusations she's been making against people in public, in writing and on video, could you understand that Jessi may be a predator?
Yes.
And that's
it contingent on what you say is true.
Contingent on what you say is true. Bro, you just admitted that you've asked her to stop and she doesn't. So why are you acting like you have to take his word for it if you've experienced it firsthand? Hello? Did anyone else think that's a little weird? Like, Do you guys see it now? I mean, come on.
Then that would be predatory behavior.
Yeah, Steve, I'm not bullshitting you. I
don't think you are. But I don't know
check
you.
my channel. What I do is expose predators, and when one comes,
I don't know you. I just know that you work for Chris Hansen. You know, Chris Hansen, you know, have a seat, take a seat. You know, Chris Hansen, yeah. Because Chris Hansen hires people that just go out here and lie and just, you know. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Like, I can't even.
Directly to my inbox to send me breasts without asking me first in a community where that kind of thing is strongly discouraged.
That seems a little odd.
She made it really easy.
I know she's in that community. I know that she's in the catch a predator community, and that's okay. Again, when you don't understand boundaries and you don't understand reading the room, right? If she was in a Offendum type room or BDSM, I have a lot.
Again, when you don't understand boundaries, things like this happen. When you don't understand boundaries, you might get a nudie girl. You might be a kid. You know, it's okay if you're a kid and you get some random chick hitting you up naked. I mean, it's okay if she don't understand boundaries. Well, if one wanted to, one could say, you know, maybe Katie Joy doesn't understand boundaries. Oh, no. Light the world on fire, AZ, put her head on a stick. Oh, they accuse me of crimes. When it gets done to him, they accuse me of crimes. But when Jessi does it, she just doesn't understand boundaries. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Friends are BDSM.
Of course, yeah.
Absolutely. You know, but again, the big thing on those types of communities is consent. Right?
Consent is everything.
But this is why I have to take everything on board, because I had allegations against me too. All of them were proven false, obviously. Nothing along those lines. I mean, AZ thinks I'm a sex cult leader.
Yeah, you know what, Steve? I've been accused of the same thing. I have my own history with
Yo. Come again? When did I ever? I talk about him being a cult leader all the time, but I don't think I ever said anything about a Smex cult. No thanks. I would not put that word in a sentence with Steve McRae. Like, maybe once in the bit way back, I might like maybe joked around. I can't even remember. I'm never saying never. Okay, I'm not saying I never ever said it, but like, have you guys in the chat tell me honestly, because I have, you know, my memory is toast. All right, have I ever said anything about a sex cult? I don't remember ever saying that. Okay, I really don't. I mean, let me know if you've seen me say it or something, but I don't recall. I do not recall. I think you are a creepy cult leader. Nothing to do with this. I don't know, man. I guess he sounds cooler when he tells Wes that, you know, it's a sex cult. Does that make you feel cooler or something? Like, why would you just throw that in there? Like, I say that. Like, that's kind of weird. Ugh. I almost fell over when I heard that part. I'm like, is this dude for real? Like, what? No, you're a cult leader. Not a good one. Not a fun cult. You're a collector of misfit toys, sir, and that's where it ends. You know, you wish.
BDSM, so I you know exactly what you mean, and that's why, because of my history with that's why consent is so important. And
it's funny because real quick, if I interrupt you, before you get the guy, I don't know if you know, but remember the NNXIM scandal?
Yes.
Okay, the guy that broke that scandal, his name was Frank Parlato Jr. Have you heard that name?
No.
Okay, so if you look up Frank Parlato Jr., and this is critical that you know about this, there's a guy on YouTube who's far, far, far worse at predatory wise. His name is Unirock. You familiar with him?
Oh my god! you gotta flip the script and get all your little enemies in, right? You know Unirock, you know Kyle, you know AZ, you know Katie Joy. You got time to listen to my problems, Wes, because this is about me now. I'm taking over this fucking interview, and we're gonna talk about my problems. Did I tell you that I'm a dog reader at Walmart while I'm at it? Like, come on, man, stop. Full stop. Ronnie G, no one thinks Steve is a leader of any kind. Oh, no, Ronnie. Ronnie, you know you're my number one, Ronnie, but listen up. There are people who treat Steve as though they are his leader, and it's because they're not all there. With peace and love, they're not all there. And what he does is he collects them. He makes them feel special, right? He pats them on their little head, tells them how special they are. And then he sends them on the merry way and he doesn't stop them from doing nasty stuff. And they come back to him like a dog with a bone, you know what I'm saying? Or excuse me, I can't use the word dog, I guess. I don't know, like a freaking what's another animal that would come back with a toy to show? A cat? I don't know. Whatever. A cat with a mouse. All right. Here comes the cat with the mouse. Look what I found, owner. Oh, good. Like, get a little pat on the head. Then he protects you like he does to Alice. He tells, because we all know it's a solid fact that Alice is one of the most disruptive people around, and he'll sit up there on Twitter and defend her, right? Because she annoys the people he doesn't like. So, she comes back with a little mouse. He taps her on the head. Oh, Alice, there's nothing wrong with Alice. What are you talking about? Oh, Jessi sends news to kids. No big deal. She just can't read the room. It's like excuse after excuse. But easy though. Oh my God, accuse me of crimes.
Him?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Okay. He was trying to convince Frank Parlato Jr., who's an American journalist, that I was a sex cult leader. This guy,
what?
I got a hold of. We had a great communication. He liked my stuff because, as you
what? Sorry, motorbike. God damn, that bike was loud. Ooh, sorry about that. Sheesh, it sounded like they were riding a freaking weed whacker. I don't even know what that was. Somebody just flew by my house in a weed whacker. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, Unirock cult like sex. What, sir? Are you all right? Are you okay? You're not a sex god. All right, calm down. This is really, really awkward. This got really, really awkward really fast. Oh, I feel like I need to take a shower. This does not feel right. I don't know where he gets this idea. I bet he tells all his Walmart co-workers, like, yo, these people online, they think I run a sex cult. You know what I mean?
It's just so ridiculous. It's embarrassing.
I'm too bad Cheshire Mania here to tell him that, but let's go on.
Probably know by now I do science and philosophy videos.
Yes.
He became a guest on my show as a co-host. Okay. Because there were such false allegations out there that once he was like, oh yeah, this is all bullshit. This is why I'm saying anybody can throw out these allegations on the internet.
Of course.
And so, but I have to go by if what you say is true, that she was sending.
If, not like you've experienced it firsthand. If. Anyways, thank you, Becky, for bringing this up because I almost forgot. Does Wes know Unirock was a victim of Jessi? Last I knew that Unirock was invited to give his 2 cents because, he really was affected by Jessi. He doesn't give her the time of day, and that's probably why he did not. I don't want to speak for him because I don't know, but that's probably why he didn't want to participate because Jessi is a scary individual. I mean, she tried to break up their marriage, right? She could have, Uni-Rage, you know what I'm saying? Like, if she didn't know any better, she could have believed the lies Jessi was telling about, correct me if I'm wrong, it was a while ago, but didn't she try to say, like, that he was cheating on his wife or something crazy like that? Not to mention, Steve on Twitter the other day, nobody, because and by the way, Steve, why do you type like a trendy 06 MySpacer, dude? Can you not do that with the whole like stars and stuff? It's very unbecoming of you being a man and whatnot. So I'd appreciate it. Please stop typing like a trendy 06 MySpacer. But remember when he said the other day, he's like, nobody's allowed to say I was sexually harassed besides me. Well, that's funny because you did it for Unirock, right? Because you live in Planet Double downtown. It's really, really awkward. But yeah. I wish that Uni went on, actually. But I don't blame him. Jessi's fucking scary, dude.
Unsolicited pictures to people. After they especially said stop, that is unwanted, unwelcoming sexual harassment behavior.
And that's just that's just the tip of the iceberg is what I mean, because then
I'll tell her that, and I will tell her that when
and it's not just these aren't just trolls. These are people within my community. It's me myself who received it. This isn't hearsay or.
Thank you, Uni Reach. That's what it was. Faking DMs from Uni with sexual content. Let me say that again. Faking DMs from Uni with sexual content. Hello? And Steve knows about that too. You goddamn right Steve knows about that. And what was he doing? He was showing up in Jessi's video comments when she was aggravating Unirock, cheering her on. You know what I'm saying? I thought one of her videos was funny. I mean, it was just one of them, but I did show up in her comment one time. Like, that was kind of funny, but I gotta be completely honest with you. One of them, I don't even remember which one it was, but it did make me laugh. But anyways, what she did beyond that was not funny. Sending out faking DMs like that's not funny at all. Imagine if Uni Rach was like, not all there and she actually believed that shit. Like, come on. And that what did Unirock do to Jessi? Here's another thing too. We all know that Steve McRae and Unirock have a huge war, right? It's just kind of funny. It's just a little interesting that Jessi chose to go at Unirock because Unirock never did anything to Jessi. Shit, he wouldn't even show up for this interview. That's how nondescript this girl is to him, right? But with that being said, Steve's sitting here like he don't know nothing about that. He knows all about that. He was probably cheering her on the whole time. Yeah, Unirock said, hold on. Lucy says Unirock said stop, and Steve taunted him with pics of Jessi with her hand down her pants, calling him a loser. That's right. We have that tweet too. But he's just going to go by Wes's word and what he tells him, right? Right.
Rumor, I saw it, and she admitted to it, and she said, "Oh well, I was excited." So yeah,
about what?
About sending. I said because I was talking to her about sending nudes. She said I never sent nudes to anyone, and I said, "Well, Jessi, you sent them to me," and she said, "Well, yeah, I was excited about." I saw it, and she admitted to it, and she said, "Oh well, I was excited." So yeah,
about what?
Well, I was excited. So yeah,
about what?
About sending.
About what? About what? Jessi did that, huh? Really? You don't say.
I said because I was talking to her about sending nudes. She said I never sent nudes to anyone, and I said, "Well, Jessi, you sent them to me," and she said, "Well, yeah, I was excited."
She sends nudes to everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got a nudes and video from her. I know, big deal. She's an adult. I'm an adult. But
You're an adult. Wait a minute. Didn't you tell us you told her to stop though, and she didn't? Remember you said that? Because I remember you said that. Anyways, yes, thank you for reminding me, C Navy. I forget these things. You know me, Latita over here. You're right. Jessi did admit that Steve wrote all those little scripts. I completely forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. You're absolutely right. I remember that. Holy crap. I know, Shamira, right? Unirock and AZ are far worse than predators that send nudes to minors and falsely accuse people of rape and diddling minors. Yo, this dude is cooked. He's cooked. You're fucking cooked, bro.
Same token, they got overmuch, and I'm like, look, I don't care about this. I was just kind of like, what? I didn't care.
What I told her,
I don't want to see them on my phone anymore.
She said, well, yeah, but I send them to people and then they like them. And I said, there's a difference between unwelcome and unrequested. Right. Like you may have a pizza guy show up at your house one night when you really want a pizza and offer to sell you a pizza. Right. You may love the pizza, but you did not request that pizza to show up at your house.
Yeah. Well, this is where I was a little confused because again, people were saying all this about her, and I'm like, look, she sends pictures. So what? I've gotten pictures from her. Who gives a shit? But when somebody says stop, because and I do believe it, because like I said, I told her to stop too, and I still got some. So it's just like, yeah, because and I do believe it, because like I said, I told her to stop too, and I still got some. When somebody says stop, because and I do believe it, because like I said, I told her to stop too, and I still got some. So it's just like.
So why are you still like being like, well, she's an adult, she sent him to me. Like, is this not registering with you, Lobster? Like, are you have your listening ears on or just your talking mouth? Because you're not paying attention here to this problem. In the pizza analogy, I know, right? Exactly. It's like, what are you doing? Super cringe, it's super cringey.
Like, yeah. I can see it happening. If it happened to me, it happened to you.
And it's not just the stop, it's the start to begin. Because if a guy was just going around sending dick pics to everyone and then asking, hey, do you mind if I send you a dick pic? They would be chased out of the community so fast. But Jessi.
You're goddamn right they would. You're absolutely right they would. And one of you just said it too. Steve insinuated that like Uni not wanting nothing to do with these nudes or whatever was like not manly or something. Yep. And furthermore, if you're gonna be like, well, yeah, she did it to me too, and then be like, oh, I'll just take your word for it, Wes. I'll just take your word for it. Like, which one is it? It's almost like you're kind of lying.
She's been able to float around because of that bias, because people are willing to give her a pass because she's a female. and so she's just gotten away with this over and over again, and that's why this is. That's
Do
why.
you think she just wants the attention? Because that's.
Well,
I mean, like I said, I think she just wants attention.
Again, if she wants attention, she can go to FetLife, she can go to Zoig. I mean, I could run down the list of websites, adult-based websites that are 100% free. Where
Oh, she don't know how to read a room. She just wants attention, you guys. Yeah. She don't know how to read a room though. She just doesn't know any better.
she could build an actual community where she would have actual followers and commenters. She wouldn't be getting kicked off of Snapchat.
Maybe that's what she needs, though. Maybe she needs something.
Well, she knows about them. She's aware of. I told her about them because that's the thing. Steve, I have I used to own several porn sites. I've worked in adult marketing for a long time. I know these things. So I told her about them. She said, "Oh, I'll look into that." What she wants is to share them with people who aren't necessarily. It's the exhibitionist who's flashing out a window versus going to a nude beach.
Yeah,
no, the idea.
I know, I get it, and I can't even defend against it. I can't even argue against you because
I get it. I can't defend against it. Are you sure about that? Because you've already made a couple excuses. It's very confusing here. He's like, there's like a line, and there's like one side bad Jessi, other side good Jessi. He's standing right in the middle of it, and there is no middle when it comes to this shit. None. Anyway, Stacy Bobble says, if it's true, also, she did it to me too. If it's true. And then also, she did it to me too. If it's true. I'll just take your word for it, Wes. I mean, which one is it? Pick a side, bro. He has to tread lightly. This is a very slippery slope for Steve McRae. Let's keep it real. He cannot piss this girl off because she's unstable and she will blow up his spot. But at the same time, he has a reputation, or what's left of it at this point, to uphold, where these things are not okay, or at least he has to pretend like they're not okay. I don't think he really thinks they're not okay. I think that he thinks that this shit is okay, you know? And
it's what I've seen from her as well. So it's what am I supposed to say to defend her? Because she wants me to like stick up for her now. Like, look, Jessi, I will stick up for you when you're right, and I will condemn you when you're wrong.
And that's all you can do.
But that's it. Other than that.
Okay. Well, thank you for telling us what we already knew. Anyways. Frank called Uni. Oh, thank you, Stacy. Rach says Frank called Uni, not the other way around. Yeah, so that was a crap too. When he was talking about Uni Rock and stuff, like anything. Yeah. Yeah, he won't go at the hog. I know he won't go at the weirdos because he weaponizes the weirdos. He makes the weirdos feel special. That's why. Look at his circle right now. Can we just talk about this for 1 second? He has Wolf, Alice, who have the most disturbing reputations of being just problem childs, right? Literally, the worst of the worst. The biggest trolls around. Alice has 95 personalities and counting. 95,000 fucking Twitters, right? Then you have Wolf, just, I don't even want to get into that because it gives me a headache. Jessi, Roadhog, Mrs. Roadhog. What was that Roadhog said? Tell Steve all bets are off. Yeah. Remember when Roadhog doxed EKC and EKC didn't give a shit, showed his house and everything? Tell EKC to suck my D. Yeah. Because they're all in the culty cult together. It's obvious now. I think it's a well-known fact at this point.
I don't want anything to do with her as far as any of that.
Yeah,
I will give her my best advice, but she doesn't. Nobody listens to my advice.
She doesn't listen. Well, she definitely doesn't listen to advice because she wouldn't be on.
No.
But don't worry. Like I'll make sure in the piece that that you're it's made clear that you are not a party to this. You're not working with her on this. You're not helping her on this. And I will send you the full video as soon as we get off the call here.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just my concern is this: there are other people out there that are shitty people, and they've been coming after me for years, right?
Me. Let's talk about me. Oh my goodness. Nobody cares about you. Creepy. Unifrog says Steve McRae watches porn while hearing people upset over their kids being attacked. That says it all right there. I know, right? Yeah. There Renelle was trying to talk about what happens to her kids. I saw the clip. And Steve's over there like, oh yeah, back door. I don't know. He was watching what's that girl? Farrah Abraham, probably Teen Mom fucking Trucker. I don't know. He was watching something like that. Like, what are you watching, dude? See, that's why the universe will. When you mess up, the universe will come get you. F the trolls. You're gonna get caught watching some creepy stuff when someone's trying to have a serious conversation because you're a creepy McCreepster. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go on. We're almost done here. I know this guy's voice is his. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to power through this, but let's go on.
And because I didn't give them the attention, they latched onto her. And I just don't need their bullshit. Jessi can fend for herself, but I don't need the troll bullshit.
No, you're not. I'll make sure that you're not going to get trolled. You're not going to get trolled over this. Like no one from our community is going. No, the only person anyone is interested in is Jessi, and you're going to look good in this because you agree that these are problematic behaviors. Even
of course, problematic. Look, I talk to people all the fucking time. This is what I do. I interview people, right? And so I have to be consistent.
Yeah.
When people have these types of behaviors, it has to be consistent across the board.
It does.
And yes, I understand there's a double standard when it comes to men and women. I've seen it happen. Look, as you've been in this field for a very long time, you see a teacher that's 35 years old that sleeps with a 14-year-old. People are going, yeah, go bro.
If she's attractive,
if she's attractive female, right? Right. Right. And so the social differences are out there. Doesn't make it right though.
No, of course.
And so I have to apply the same standard across the board.
Well, I appreciate that.
So yeah, I appreciate you reaching out to me because again, she's giving me these fractured stuff, and
of course,
I do much to help her.
And that's why I wanted to talk to you, make sure that you understood what was going on.
I just want to make it very clear that I'm not out to condemn her.
Of course,
I think she needs help. I think she needs help, and I think she needs to stop the behavior and just be done with it. She needs to just stop. That's it. Stop. But I don't think she can, and I don't know how to get through to her to do that. And I don't think it sounds like you've tried as well, and you have no ability to do whatsoever. You're not.
Oh, she just needs mental help, you guys. It's okay. Disgusting. Yeah, he would never apply these same standards across the board. Yeah, very long time. 2 years, by the way. 2 years. 2 years. And the girl is trying to accuse a deceased individual, somebody who's not even here to defend themselves, of rape. Are you kidding me? But when you tell Steve that, something that a crazy person said about him, they accuse me of crimes, and he goes on a freaking 6-month fundraiser tour so he can gather up a bunch of money for a fundraiser for a lawsuit that, by the way, Wes, he told you I sued Katie Joy. No, the fuck he didn't. He never followed through with it. That's the problem. That's why he's a laughingstock of this community, among other things, but that's the main one at the moment anyways.
Not the only one. I can tell you right now, you're not the only one that's told her you need to stop this type of behavior.
Yeah, and she does need help, but until she sees that and recognizes it for herself and stops blaming everyone else, she'll never get that help. So
I agree.
Steve, thank you so much for joining me, and I'm going to send you. I'm going to upload this to Google Drive, and I'll send you a link to it unedited. So
all I ask is if you have direct questions, you have my email. Ask me anything you fucking like.
Definitely.
You're gonna get a straight answer from me. It's just
Oh my God, because honest people always have to remind you how honest they are. You're going to get a straight answer from me. I'm very ethical.
Varnished. That's how I am. But I want people to ask me shit rather than run with narratives because the shit that's out there about me with her, I cannot have that. And it's not going to be out there because
you'd be
it's
surprised.
Very clear. I want nothing to do with her when it comes to
your
that.
name has not come up at all until she brought it up, and it was only in the so don't even worry about it.
No, she told me, and I'm like, what do you want me to defend you here?
You are not the focus on this. You are not the focus on this in any way. So I will get this over.
He's not the focus on it? Oh my God. You mean that you really don't give a shit about Kyle? Oh my God. Anyways, this is straight up just like, I can't even believe this dude like did this. Put it this way: if I were Steve, right, which I never fucking would be because the dude's a clown. If I were Steve and Wes came to me wanting to talk about Jessi, and I knew that I couldn't, that there is no defense for this girl, and that I couldn't piss her off because she would destroy my reputation, I would kindly bow out of the interview. But Steve is so desperate for everybody to hear about Katie Joy and this one and that one, his lawsuit, and I was on fucking Forbes.com, that he's willing to do it because that's how dumb he is. He would now, if Chesh was still around and if Manya was still around, they would have been like, dude, don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. But nah, he's a lost cause. And clearly this is what happens when you're lost on the internet. You make bad decisions. And I don't care how ill Jessi is. There's no excuse for any of this shit. None. Absolutely none. And the reason why, he's like, I don't want to, what did he say right there?
I cannot have that. And it's not going to be out there.
You'd be
it's
surprised.
very clear. I want.
The only reason why you're even associated with the girl publicly is because she posted a video moaning your name in the shower, dude, and you were okay with it because you never told her to stop, not publicly anyways, while you were trying to have a fundraiser. You were trying to ask this community for money while some weird girl was moaning your name in the shower, and you acted like it wasn't a big deal, and you're clearly making excuses to this day, not really, kind of, sort of, like Wes named this, sort of, kind of defending a predator. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. He made sure he said what he needed to say to cover his own ass in a way, but literally, it's just because the girl needs help, But if you say anything about Steve's reputation, oh my God, they accuse me of crimes.
Want nothing to do with her when it comes to
your
that.
name has not come up at all until she brought it up, and it was only, and so don't
she
even
told,
worry
no, she
about
told
it.
me. No, she told me, and I'm like, well, what do you want me to defend you here? It's like,
you are not the
I do too
focus on
much?
this. You are not the focus on this in any way. So I
It's
will
all
get
good,
this
man.
over to you unedited.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Steve. Have a good night.
You're welcome. Good night.
All right,
Bye-bye.
What happened? Hold on. Of course, an interrogation video I was watching earlier came up. I love me some good interrogation videos. Yeah, cringy. All right, there's only one way to do this right now, and that's to play the song. Not the one from the beginning. Don't worry. I know that shit's off key, like whoa. But let's play the anthem. It's only right we get the anthem going here, cause Steve McRae, cray. All right, let's get it up. Put your hands in the air if you're a true player. Okay, here we go. Put your hands in the air if you're a true player.
Daddy, you could come and bite me, but please do it lightly, because that might excite me. Oh, Daddy, you could come and bite me, but please do it lightly, because you might excite me. Steve McRae is a punk motherfucker. Steve McRae is a sorry son of a bitch. Steve McRae is a punk motherfucker. Steve McRae is a sorry son of a bitch. Daddy, you could come and bite me, but please do it lightly, because that might excite me. Oh, Daddy, you could come and bite me, but please do it lightly, because you might excite me. Steve McRae is a punk motherfucker. Steve McRae is a sorry son of a bitch. Steve McRae is a punk motherfucker. Steve McRae is a sorry son of a bitch.
That's the anthem. Get your damn hands up. That was fun. Anyways, guys, is there any doubt in your mind that this man weaponizes people who are not so stable? Speak now if it ever hold your peace, okay? Because this dude is the first one to weaponize all these not so neurotypicals from the culty toolbox so he can send them off and then do the dirty work. And he cannot upset them either. Because if he upsets them, who knows what could happen, right? Who knows what could happen? Oh. Hold on. I can't believe I actually finished this in this time frame. I thought this would go way longer. Does anybody else have any points you want to make in the chat before I end this about anything we may have missed? Any valid points about, Steve's interview? Anything? I was going to straight up end it, but I didn't really pay all that much attention to the chat. So speak now if ever hold your peace. Oh, the chair video, duh. I wanted to play the chair video real quick. That's what I'm forgetting. I knew there was one more thing that I definitely was not remembering. That's what it is. We gotta play the chair video. Steve McRae falls out of heaven. Here it is. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. Then we're gonna go after this, I promise. One more thing, one more thing before we go. This is called Steve McRae Kicked Out of Heaven. This is located on my T-Spiracy account if you ever want to watch it again, because I'm telling you right now, it gets funnier. The more you watch it, the funnier it gets, okay? He's making a list, checking it twice. Gonna find out who's culty or nice. Steve McRae is falling way down. He doxes when you're sleeping and lies when you're awake. He really likes them lobster rolls from the dollar store, my goodness sake. So you better just dox, or you could just lie. Take a big piece of lobster to the eye. Steve McRae is falling way down.
I'm agnostic. It really doesn't matter to me, right? So
I'm obnoxious too. I suppose it's okay.
Did Steve just fall?
Uh-huh.
Be knocked out. Yes, I agree. And I've never seen Cerebral do that.
I'm agnostic. It really doesn't matter to me, right? So
I'm obnoxious too. I suppose it's okay.
Matter to me, right? So
I'm obnoxious too. I suppose it's okay.
Did Steve just fall?
Uh-huh.
You'll be okay.
Suppose it's okay.
Did Steve just fall?
Uh-huh.
You'll be okay.
Thanks, Wes. Thanks, AZ. I sent you an appointment email. Okay, definitely. I know I haven't checked my emails in a while. Thanks, Wes. I'll definitely check them out. Yo, if you needed any more proof that Steve McRae is not welcome in heaven, there you have it. He fell right up. Look it. Oh, the pearly gates right there. They did not want nothing to do with him. Not even a little bit.
agnostic. It really doesn't matter to me, right? So
I'm obnoxious too. I suppose it's okay.
Boom, right out of heaven. Okay, so that's what you get for using that background, not believing in Jesus. All right, everybody, have a good day. Okay, love you a long time. Thank you for coming to my stream. Thank you for listening to me. And remember, if there's these little miscreants out here doing the culty toolbox, it's because of Steve McRae. It's all his fault. He keeps these people on standby to take care of his nasty. That way he can say, look, my hands are clean, but we ain't stupid. Bye.